My name is Erica and I am doing the ITA Instagram story takeover from Moscow, Russia. Yay! First of all, I just want to point out that I've only been here for a few weeks now. I've been teaching for 2 weeks, but today we're going to head over to a company-wide boot camp training session. I'm working for a company called EF, English First, which you might know, a worldwide company called Education First. So this company is a branch from Education First. My school is in the north of Moscow, so it's away from the busy part of the city. As well, it's a teens and kids center, so very fun. So I live in a pretty old-fashioned apartment, and the cost is about 400 USD a month, but it's pretty authentic and cute, so I love it. I did the online TEFL certification through ITA, which I think was the most useful because I was able to study at university while completing my TEFL certification. And I think the most important part of the course is classroom management, because it's the most practical part about teaching is how are you going to manage these crazy students. So as I mentioned before, I teach in a kids and teens center, so they can be kind of crazy by times, and it's important to know how to discipline them and help them understand and be comfortable and polite in the class. Because in most cases, you're not just teaching them English, you're teaching them how to share with other kids, how to not eat glue. Very important life skills. It's also important to realize that there's a big difference between teaching kids in a public school and a private school. For example, most of my students are pretty privileged children. They don't speak with any other. Oh, it's a kushka! Kushka, please! So yes, basically what I was trying to say is my kids are still learning how to socialize and behave with other students, which is a new practice for them altogether. Okay guys, so sorry I'm a little bit hot. It is 30 degrees here in Moscow, and I'm on my way home from the metro, but first I want to stop by my way to work. And so today, as I told you, I had to do some company training, which was at the other side of the city. So the metro covers 1,000 kilometers worth of land. From my apartment and to the metro station and then to the place where I did my training took about an hour and about $1.20 USD. Can't go wrong. To be honest, Russia has one of the best transportation systems in the whole world. You can take metro, bus, trolley, tram, train, Uber, anything at all. It's amazing. So I live about 15 minutes away from the school where I teach, and to get there I must walk through this very, very beautiful park that I'm going to show you all around. I also wanted to mention to you a few tips for traveling and teaching for the first time. So first of all, do some research. Do some research about the place you're traveling to, language, culture. It's a good idea to research about the school that you want to be teaching at. Things like, what are your expectations, who will you be teaching, healthcare, expense costs like traveling, compensation for exchange. And by the way, you haven't been asking any questions yet, but please do send some so I can answer in more detail for you any kind of concerns you have. And here there's a theater, but today it looks like there is a huge party, fun stuff. Along with research, you should also have patience. Patience for not only your students, but also your company. When you move to a foreign place, everything's gonna feel new and so chaotic. This is where the research comes in. If you do your research, you know what to expect, and if your expectations are not met, then yes, you can start to question the situation. And behind me there's a very beautiful lake and church, so let's go ahead and see it. So on my way to work, there's a cafe, you can get some food, there's guys fishing in this lake, boat, you can go boating, and my school is just over here in this building down below. Okay guys, so I'm starting to get quite sweaty now. I'm going to head home, but before so, I wanted to give you my very last tip, which is modesty. And so when I speak about modesty, I'm talking about your nationality and your language, your English language speaking. For example, you shouldn't run around the street yelling, "I'm American" in English. So yes, unfortunately, things like nationalism and racism and sexism isn't exactly dead in Russia yet. So just be careful and always be thinking about your safety, and become accustomed, try to fit in, understand some cultural cues. And one stereotype that's very popular in America is that Russians are very angry, mean people, and this is not exactly true. What you will find though is most people don't generally wear a smile in public unless they're really happy about something. So in a way it's kind of sad. It makes you feel, oh, maybe everybody's angry here, but with another perspective, if somebody is smiling and laughing, you understand that that's genuine happiness, and this is much more satisfying and fulfilling knowing that you are actually having a good time with this person. It's not all fake. So I just got a question in, which was why Russia? And well, because I have been here before. I studied the language and literature and history, and I really appreciate this place on earth. And well, it was time to get a job. So I actually studied biology and Russian studies in university, and so it just led me here. I decided to take a break from science for a while, and now I realize that teaching is pretty fulfilling, so happy. And of course I studied the language in St. Petersburg, which was such a lovely city to go to, but I also am really enjoying Moscow. So we decided to go downtown and take some chicken nuggets. This place is absolutely my favorite because you can get anything and it's just in the middle of downtown, so I love it, obviously. Yum.